Awaken your God force. That's right. You have a fundamental, powerful force that permeates and resides in your entire fiber of your body. Now, the God force. What is the God force? The God force is your ability to perceive beyond our normal physical reality. The God force is the ability to perceive, to sense, to feel, to hear. Not with your ears, but with a different level, with a feeling of a vibration. The God force is your ability to actually manipulate physical reality and bring it into your terms to create whatever you want. That's what I call the God force. Now, in order to awaken your God force, we have to know a little bit about ourselves. What are we? Well, my friend, you are an angel of light, I like to call it. You are comprised mainly of empty space. You are here, there, everywhere, and nowhere at the same time. You're infinite. You were never here. You were never created, and you will never be destroyed. You've always been here. What I mean by never created, speaking in terms of the energy that makes us up, it's always been here. And we know that through thermodynamics. Energy can never be created or destroyed, only transformed. And you are part of that system. So in order to awaken your God force, you have to know that you have this innate ability that's very, very powerful, that you can literally manipulate and change reality. So how do we activate our God force? How do I make my God force work? The God force, that power that you can manipulate, you can sense things. You know when something's right, you know when something's wrong. You can feel when something's coming. You can turn your eyes off and you can switch on your third eye and you can imagine something and it can manifest almost instantaneously. You can have effects on people. You can think of someone and they can help you, vice versa. That's called the God force. The God force resides in two places. First place it resides is in the heart, and the next place it resides is in your subconscious. So there are some tips. So in order to activate or awaken your God force, we have to focus our attention on those two parts of our body, the heart and the subconscious mind. The heart has our desires, has our true selves. It has the map, it has our genetics, it has our DNA. It has the coded information of who we are. The subconscious replays that information and it processes out for us to experience it. So, how do we make them work together? All right, here's how you do it. Here's how you awaken your infinite God force. First thing you want to do, acknowledge the power within your heart. Whenever you think of something, whenever you desire something, put it in your heart. How do you put it in your heart? Ask yourself this question. Is this what my heart desires? Your heart will let you know. If the answer is yes, you're beginning to activate your God force. Next, program your subconscious mind. Start using what I call one-way conversations. You have to speak things in question format to get your subconscious mind engaged. Now, what happens when you do this? Well, here's what happens. When you start to do this now, you start to tap into what I call parallel versions or parallel realities of yourself. Now, these aren't actual physical realities. These are an actual spatial, what I call non-locality reality. So what is a reality? A reality is basically a perception. Now remember this, as human beings, we're only seeing about 0.335% of the entire electromagnetic field spectrum. In other words, 99.9% of entire spectrum of reality is going on around us and we're only seeing 0.003%. We're not even seeing the full picture. With that being said, this is where we have these God force abilities. Science can't understand this, and even some science can't explain this. But you felt it before. That God force ability is the ability for you to think of something and it manifests. For you to start to feel and visualize something and it becomes a reality. Why does this work? Well, it works because you are tapping into a different form of the electromagnetic spectrum. That's how our reality is created, through light waves of energy, electricity, and it's controlled and generated by magnetism. And this is how you tap into this reality, because everything is made from that. So once you start to reach into your heart and you start to program your subconscious, you will automatically now tune what I call your natural vibratory frequency to the God force. That's right, your heart and your subconscious will create a permanent resonance. They'll start to resonate and vibrate with the same frequency. That frequency now taps you into this God force, which is the sixth sense, where you can actually close your eyes and you can actually remote view and you can communicate with someone. Where you can actually see an image in your mind and it will actually come into your reality in a physical form. Where you can actually know what the person is about to do before they do it. When you can actually know to take the risk or not to take the risk. These are part of your God force. Every individual have one. We all have it. It's just hidden and we have to awaken it. So to awaken your God force, we have to what? Heart, subconscious. Heart, subconscious. You start to practice and you start to focus. You will notice now your intuition is the gateway that opens the God force. Now you'll start to manipulate your reality. You'll start to create anything you desire. Because again, all we are seeing is just a tiny fraction. And what's outside of this space or time is that etheric, is that different language. Now you'll hear without actually hearing. You'll see without actually seeing. Because now you're operating from a sixth sense of a higher knowledge or intelligence. You're operating in this God force ability. And this will change your life. You can change your life miraculously. You can manipulate things to create for you. But you have to understand the first thing is this. In order to activate your God force, you have to know who you truly are. You have to know that there exist these different versions of you in these energy forms. That you are more than what you are right now. That you have the capabilities to access infinite information. You also have to know that you have a limited part, which is the construct of made up of your intellect mind. You must know that that's not you. You must know that you are beyond that. You must know that you are not the thought. The thought is not you. You are the observer of the thought. You are here, there, everywhere at the same time. Just like quantum particles, just like quantum entanglement or quantum superposition, you have that ability within your consciousness because you are part of this field. This may sound amazing to some individuals, but this is actually hard case scientific facts behind these things. That a human beings, our core component is practically energy. You break your cells, the molecules down, they become atomic components. You break those even down more, they become subatomic, below level. You break that down, you're predominantly empty space, your energy. You feelings, energy, emotion, energy in motion. That's who you are. And to access this force, we have to tap into the heart. Now, let me show you some more about the heart. So you can do two things. The first thing to tap into the heart is by using these what? Subconscious suggestions, right? By feeling it. The next way you can tap into your heart is you can actually go into your heart. How do you do it? You go into your mind's eye. So you see your heart as a beautiful circular orb. And you give it a very, very powerful color. And then when you see the heart that way, you put all your intentions and you put all your desires within this orb. And then you put them in the orb. And then what you do is once they're in that orb of that energy of light, what you want to do now, you want to take them back out and then picture them in your current reality. You have just magnetized that. You have now activated your God force. See that? Let me run that by you again because I want you to get that because that's a very powerful technique. You see within your mind's eye. You're looking at your heart within you, but it's a circular orb. And give it your favorite color. It's translucent, okay? And it's glowing. Put everything in that orb. Life, mate, car, finance, health, happiness, whatever you're desiring. And once you put it in that orb, you must see it circulating. Then take it back out and then now visualize it as you're doing it or having it. You've magnetized that. That's how you access that God force. The heart has one of the most powerful magnetic fields, and the subconscious mind will do its part to help you. That's how you can activate and awaken your inner God force.